You probably heard the saying, you are what you eat. And what have I told you? You could be wealthy and successful by optimizing your diet. And I'm not saying that you have to eat like a wealthy people. No, no, no. What I'm saying is that there is a diet that you could follow that could help you and your brain think better, perform better, and make more money in general. And it's not some fad diet that like people push online these days, like keto, whatever they call before the six fasting, whatever those diets call. What I'm proposing is a type of diet that you could go on and have it supplying your brain with the nutrients it need for you to success your day and make you just feel overall better, for you to close better, make better sales, do work like this. Like I just had I just had my breakfast and look, I was just performing. So in this video I'm gonna show you the exact diet that you should go through or I go through every day to make me feel good, healthy, so it can be as successful as possible with the task at hand. First is a high protein breakfast. So, oftentimes when you wake up, you are in a state where you are the most focused, most locked, and you have the most energy. So, a lot of people, when they wake up, they eat cereal and sugary stuff, or they just have a cup of coffee for their quick boost of energy. However, that would just lead you to a sugar crash, a caffeine crash later on, and that will basically make your day completely just you're just walking around like a dead zombie, and you won't be able to perform as well as the day go by. However, when you have a high protein breakfast, it allows you to get that energy that you need without the carb crash. So essentially how it works is when you eat protein, it helps your body kind of gives this energy that you need to, build muscle, work, and it doesn't give you your brain the brain fog, and you can still stay focused and locked in after it. That's why a lot of people have adopted these carnivore diet, which would just have allow them to have great energy while maintaining a super healthy lean body, and it's just overall a very s- good diet. Like it's a very I would say optimal for like working and stuff like that. However, it can be very expensive, so it's not fully consistent that you can't like maintain the whole day out. But if anything, I recommend you just doing a very high protein breakfast in the morning, just like the carnivore diet, just in the morning, one meal, and that will give you the energy boost you need for basically the rest of the day, and just keep you going without needing coffee or anything. And when you do take coffee, it need to be 90-minute out so you don't get that crash. I forgot what's the system that it kind of act on. That system is not activated 90 minute after you wake up. So you just have to go, wake up, eat breakfast within 30 minutes of waking up, and then you can have your coffee 90 minutes later. So that's what I would do for your first breakfast. And again, you don't need anything fancy. You really don't need anything fancy. Egg, bacon, meat, I don't know, canned meat, canned tuna, anything like that. Or you can do Greek yogurt with nuts and stuff like that, which is high protein breakfast with a great amount of nutrition. And if you're in a rush, you could do, a protein shake. Just a protein shake is a protein shake. I typically avoid protein shake because it is very processed. so it make your hormone act weird and stuff like that. However, if you are really on a rush to just go somewhere and you don't have time to make any breakfast, you can just do a protein shake. It too. So this one is about supplying your brain with the enough nutrition that you're looking for. So how it's gonna work is that you your brain are gonna be in overload when you work. So a lot of time when this happen, you need to supply your brain with not only the food but the specific nutrient that kind of nourish the brain. And those would be a lot of time people take fish oil, they take uh, any healthy fat, anything like that, nuts, avocado, and stuff like that. Those are extremely, extremely useful for the brain because a lot of people think that like fat make you fat, and that's not true. If you are eating a healthy fat and it's helping your brain and your body, that would just make you better. So fat doesn't bring you fat. Healthy fat, help you reduce risk of heart attack, anything like that, and reduce blood clot and a lot of things. So, and it supplies, more important, it supply you with the nutrient that you need for your brain to completely locked in and to stay in a focused state. Because so when you're in a good diet, you can enter uh, deep work or flow quite often than when you just eat carb and you just like lingering out and about. That would make you want to be satisfying comfort. Because think about this: if you just had a full meal of food with rice and like a bunch of like carb heavy, your body feel kind of slow and you can't comprehend as well, and it just you didn't spend the time to really be focused. You can get distracted easily and stuff like that. So when you have high protein, high fat, and it it will really help you kind of locked in with your work. And that's kind of connect with tip three. I would avoid a lot of carb, a lot of refined carb, bread, rice. If you do rice, you better do like whole grain and stuff like that. The more refined is, the less useful that carb is. It's more using it for you to kind of feel kind of slow and it take a longer time to give you that burst of energy. So which is why like after you eat dinner or something, you are kind of lazy for you know hours, 7, 8, 9, and then around when you sleep, you just suddenly feel this burst of energy. It's just like, hey, I'm ready to work. That's typically the carb kicking in. It take a long time for a carb to kick in. Or if you remember, like if you eat that very carb heavy breakfast, you have to wait a couple hours until you could find that energy to go. A lot of people like kind of just supplement that with coffee and just to make you feel that quick burst of energy. But then at late and then all of that would just crash on you and you won't be able to be as productive. So I would just stay away from refined carb and sugar stuff. Sugar stuff is horrible. It tastes fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I have cheat days here and there and stuff like that. But when you have sugary stuff, it it's like coffee, but worse. Because when you drink coffee, it gives you a longer time boost, and it will crash later on. However, with a sugar rush, you basically just get really jittery, and you can't focus anything. You just kind of you just want to do everything, but at once. Like you want to do everything at once. You just want to keep go, 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 go. without like focusing on anything. So you can get distracted easy by the smallest detail. You get distracted super easy. That's what I've noticed. Typically on my cheat days, I'm less like completely less focused. That's why I typically do my work, all my work in the morning before I had my cheat day. Because oftentimes when the cheat day come around, I can't work at all. Like I can't basically do anything. Um, and yeah, so avoid carb and avoid sugar. And if you do really crave those things, what I recommend that work for me is that I would do a cheat days, and those are I do this once every week on a Saturday, and that cheat day basically will I would just eat like a crap bunch of sugary stuff and refined carb stuff because if you just compact it all in one day, you eat less than just sprinkle it every day. Because like you'll be tempted to just eat a cookie here and there. You'll be tempted to open a bag of chip here and there. And overall, if you really spend one day eating cookie and chip, I guarantee you'll be sick of it for the first hours, and you're done for the you're basically done for the week. So I feel like that work for me, and that has to work for me when I want to lose weight. That has to work for me when I just want to maintain body fat. Tip number four is stay hydrated. So there's this thing that Alex Hormozy said. He said that once you meet all of your essential need, it solves all problem. Adequate sleep, adequate diet, adequate water intake. And it basically will solve a lot of problems. That's completely true because your brain needs water. Like I have water by my desk single day. Just keep me hydrated. And when you're dehydrated, you obviously feel that know what feel like. It feel like a pain in the ass. You can't really just feel thirsty, and you really don't want to do anything until you get that sip of water in. So, and when you're dehydrated, a lot of times I get headache. So when you get headache, you kind of associate kind of headache with the work that you're doing, and that's just kind of give you a negative spiral if you aren't hydrating yourself well. So from now on, what I typically do is that when I have water in the morning, I just have 2 bottles of water sitting by my side when I work. So as I just keep working, I sip on this water. So just make sure that I have enough water intake throughout the day. I do that at the gym, and I just have water on my side, so I keep chugging it as the day go by. And one thing that's kind of helpful when I had to increase my water intake is that I add a pinch of salt, like electrolyte. So you can have like electrolyte refresher or whatever it is. So your body really needs electrolyte when you sweat and stuff like that. And when you don't have enough electrolyte, you feel oddly dehydrated when you drink a lot of water. It doesn't make sense, and you just end up like pissing a lot. So that really doesn't help you with anything. So when you have electrolyte, it helps your body kind of absorb the water, so you aren't just like letting everything go as you drink. So everything how I would do this is just if you could get this through coconut water, get this through electrolyte powder or whatever. What I do is the simplest. I just have a bottle of salt by my bedside every single time I wake up. Sprinkle that in my water. Take a sip of that cup of that water. I just do that 1 cup of water, because that's enough for basically the whole day. Just a small pinch of salt and your drink. A lot of people what they do is that they kind of rub salt on the tip of their water bottle, and what that does, it make you kind of feel kind of dry out for the first, like the first sip, and that would just make you chug more water intake. That's like a tip that I've picked up from one of my track friends, to kind of keep them hydrated and then track meat and everything like that. So like they use a lot of body water. And lastly, for all of this, what I would do, eat just the last tip is that just eat mindfully. So what that mean is that people are too concerned about counting calories, counting uh every macros, everything like that, and it's stressful. If we just add more stress onto your already stressed day, you just be stressed. Simple. Too too negative, too wrong, don't make it right. Just just add tap on to it. So they spend too much of their time thinking about calories and stuff like that. But I would recommend is that if you really, really are picky about calories, but you don't have the time, or you're just working like this, and it really isn't worth it to just for you to before you have to measure everything, put it on an app, see how much calorie that is, and kind of tailor to that calories. Instead, what I would do is that I would kind of focus on uh, eating mindfully. So you could just eat healthy stuff. And basically, when you eat healthy stuff, it help your body rather than destroy it. So dieting is really just as simple as just eating the healthy stuff. So like the protein and stuff like that. When you are eating a lot of healthy stuff, it allow your body to just kind of use nutrient needed, and it will help you build a muscle as long as you go to the gym. And if you're doing cardio, then you should be fine. Uh, Stuff like that. If you are really, really keen on counting calories, what I would do is I would just plan out my meal for the whole week and just make sure that typically, let's just make sure that every Sunday or something like that, just make a bunch of meals and measure that out on Sundays when you don't have work or anything like that. Just make a bunch of prep meals so you just grab and eat so you don't have to like measure every single time. A lot of people say that it's really boring when you do that. You don't have a lot of meal to juggle between. What I say to that is that you basically just eat the same meal over and over again, just different variation. Like it's just a bunch of cycling through over and over again. Like out of the top of my head, I can point out four meals that I eat every day. Just rice, with some sort of meat and vegetable. That's it. Some sort of meat just top on top of it, with the vegetable. It's just as simple as that. That's basically most of my meal. Or if I'm on a diet, I just do beans, uh, with some vegetable and just some meat on top of it. Like I can name like how the meat is cooked, typically for most of my meal. So uh, nu- eating is just a way for you to uh, really kind of giving the energy you need as you go through that. That's how I kind of interpret eating. It's just like a way you to recover the fuel. So if you really want to eat what you enjoy, I suggest doing that on a cheat day. And you can spend that whole day just enjoying yourself on the food, just indulge in that, and then until you're sick of it. So Well, that's what I would do. Typically, on my diet, how I do it is that I would just pick 4 or 5 items, eat that over again. Just I don't count calories because I know that as long as I just eat these specific uh thing, it would just meet my protein intake without overshooting my calories intake. So that's pretty much it. So if you are not optimizing your diet and how you approach with your food, it can be a very, very game changer if you try to optimize it right. Because food is something that gives your body nutrients it need. Because a lot of time you are just hungry and you are really not burnt out. So just keep that in mind. And yep, I hope you enjoy a video like this where I just kind of branch off of the like, business stuff and more on like the everyday thing, day in life and stuff like that. Just to, give you guys some insight on what you should do in terms of your diet, your sleep, your everyday life and stuff like that to help you get the success that you want. And to end us off, if you want a free course where me and my team will teach you 5 to 10 ways to get client automatically, then I have the link below. Just click it, sign up to it, and me and my team will personally help you to get to that goals for free. So just let me know. And yeah, other than that, later.